A lot of the common knowledge people today know about space isn't based on facts. Movies, music, and culture have caused a widespread of false knowledge about space. I am going to discuss 6 myths about space and the truth behind them. The first myth is about black holes. Some people think that black holes are giant vacuums in space that swallow up everything around them, and that everything entering a black hole ends up somewhere else. When an object in space becomes unable to withstand the force of its own gravity, it compresses into a black hole. A black hole, just like every other astronomical object, has a set mass and follows the laws of physics. It has a set gravitational force. The idea that a black hole vacuums up everything around it is false. A black hole only sucks up objects that fall into its gravitational pull. This gravitational pull is so strong that even light cannot escape it.
Go through it. Heading towards blackness. It's all black. Tars, do you read me? It's all blackness. Tars, do you read me? Over. Okay. Screens. Gaining interference. Losing control of the stick. Got flashes. Flashes of light and blackness. The turbulence in the gravity is increasing. Computer's going down. Gravitational pull, I'm losing control of the stick.
This clip from the movie Interstellar depicts Matthew McConaughey and his crew entering a black hole. While this makes for an interesting movie, we are not certain of the validity behind this. Many people are misinformed that black holes can be used to travel through time and space. Movies show black holes as wormholes in space which can be used for travel. But in reality, we don't know if these wormholes exist. It is known that if you travel through a black hole, the gravitational pull of the black hole would stretch your body apart and eventually compress into a single point of infinite density within the center of the black hole. Some people believe that one side of the moon receives light from the sun, while the other side is in a constant state of darkness. This myth was made popular by the Pink Floyd album, Dark Side of the Moon. While it is true that one side of the moon faces our planet at all times, there is not an uneven amount of light on either side of the moon. From the Earth, only one side of the moon is seen because the moon and the Earth orbit in synchronous rotation. Our moon's orbit around the planet is in perfect sync with the Earth's rotation. The moon orbits exactly once on its axis each time it orbits the Earth. Another common myth is that there is no gravity in space, which is why astronauts are able to float. However, this is not true. A small amount of gravity can be found everywhere in space. Gravity is what holds the moon in orbit around the Earth, and what causes the Earth to orbit the sun. I am off structure and I'm drifting. Do you copy? Anyone? This is a clip from the movie Gravity, starring Sandra Bullock. The term zero gravity is often misinterpreted. In space, an astronaut may be experiencing weightlessness. There is no apparent force of gravity acting on the body. However, this is really because either the force of gravity is weak, or because both the body and its surroundings are freely and equally accelerating under the force. The next myth is that sound travels through space the same way it travels on Earth. This concept has been described in many movies, such as this clip from Star Wars.
I have you now. What?
Yahoo! Look out! You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home. Stand by. Stand by. Great shot, kid! That was 1 in a million!
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
The epic Star Wars battles are full of explosions and gunfire. But in reality, sound waves do not travel through space the way they travel on Earth. Sound waves need a medium to travel through, such as air or water. On Earth, sound travels through a medium to your ears by vibrating the molecules. In space, there are large, empty areas between stars and planets without molecules for the waves to vibrate. Therefore, the explosions shown in many movies wouldn't actually make a sound. If you ask any child to draw a picture of the sun, they will most likely color it yellow. Drawings and pictures of the sun are almost always depicted as yellow, sometimes even red or orange. This is a common misconception. The sun is actually composed of every color in the rainbow, and actually appears to us as white. From Earth, it appears yellow due to the molecules in the Earth's atmosphere. As the colorful sunlight streams through space and hits our atmosphere, oxygen and nitrogen molecules scatter blue and violet rays across the sky, which is why we see the sky as blue. This contrast of the sky causes the sun to appear more yellow in color. At sunset, the sun may appear yellow, orange, or red. This is because the sun is lower in the sky. Shorter wavelengths, such as green, blue, and violet, have scattered across the atmosphere. Despite all the colors of the sun we see throughout the day on Earth, it is clear that from space, the sun is actually white. The last myth is about Pluto. Recently, there has been a lot of confusion on this topic. Pluto was previously known as the smallest and furthest planet in our solar system. This idea was changed when astronomers discovered a new object beyond Pluto called Eris. Eris changed what astronomers know about Pluto. It is slightly larger than Pluto and further away. Yet it orbits the Sun just like the other planets. Today, we know for a fact that Pluto is considered a dwarf planet. A dwarf planet orbits the Sun just like other planets in our solar system. However, it is so small that it doesn't have a strong enough gravitational force to clear objects out of its orbital path. As astronomers continue to research and discover new information, such as the images that have recently been released by NASA, it is difficult to not think of Pluto as a planet. This concludes my video on breaking myths about space. Although they are not always commonly shown in movies, music, and popular culture, it's important to learn the truth about what we have discovered in our universe. Hopefully this video was helpful in uncovering and explaining those truths. As astronomers continue to make new discoveries about the unknowns in our universe, information changes. It is important to continue to learn and make new discoveries to better understand our universe.